What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our Big Ten football channel. Wisconsin is rated very high in the updated FPI rankings released by ESPN for the upcoming 2020 college football season. We're going to break down their FPI rating, and yes, according to the FPI, this is a team that is a very, very real playoff contender. In fact, they are in the top four. It doesn't necessarily mean that they would make the playoff with all the different scenarios that would play out, but they are ranked number 4, and they have an FBI rating of 23.7. That means that Wisconsin on a neutral field against an average opponent would win by 23.7 points, a very high number there. And again, they are the 4th ranked team. They are the number 4 team ahead of Georgia, ahead of LSU, ahead of Penn State, ahead of a lot of other teams. It was a shocker when I saw them at number 4. We'll see if this turns out to be true. I think this is a good football team, but not a top 5 team. Their win-loss projection is 10.8 and 2.1. That would include a potential conference championship game. So yeah, you're talking about a team going probably 11-1, and then maybe losing the Big Ten championship game, finishing 11-2, or perhaps going 10-2 and then winning the Big Ten championship somewhere in there based off of that record projection. Win-out percentage, so that means win every game, including the conference championship. That does not include the college football playoff or a bowl game, just the regular season and conference championship games. 6.7% chance to win out, so not a huge number, but 6.7 is at the same time not a very low number when you talk about winning every single game, and you talk about winning a Big Ten championship game against potentially Ohio State. Their chances of getting to 6 wins, of making a bowl game, 100%. Yes, Wisconsin has a 100% chance of making a bowl game according to the FBI. That means with all of their 10,000 simulations, whatever it is, every single time this team won at least 6 games. That's pretty impressive. The schedule's not horrible. We'll show you that schedule and show you the game-by-game projections in just a second, but maybe that's a big part of why their projections are so high. Projections to win the division, win the Big Ten West. This one blows me away. 85.9% chance to win the Big Ten West. Would I have Wisconsin as my favorite right now? Probably not. I think it's pretty close with Minnesota. But at 85.9%, you've got Iowa in this division as well. That is a huge number, and a 33.1% chance to win the Big Ten championship. So a 1 out of 3 chance that this team will win the Big Ten championship. That is also very high, especially when you consider the fact that they really have not been able to win that game when they've been there. They haven't been able to beat Ohio State. But yes, FPI has given them a real shot. Let's talk college football playoff. This team has a 33.5% chance of making the college football playoff. They have a 1 in 3 chance, a little bit over 1 in 3 chance of making the college football playoff this season. That is just unbelievable. I just don't really understand what the FBI is doing here. Again, I don't think Wisconsin's a bad team. I think maybe they're a dark horse playoff contender, but 33.5%, that is a huge number. They also have a 14.4% chance of making it to the national championship game. Again, that is a very high number. 14.4% chance. You're talking about, if you were to divide the percentages up, you have 200 of them, and they're going to get 14.4 out of that 200 with all the other teams. That is a big number. And then win the national championship, 5.5% chance. That is actually the 4th highest number. Goes along with their number 4 ranking. They have the 4th best shot at winning a national championship, 5.5%. That is a big number. And again, you look at the conference and playoff percentages. It's interesting with some of the other teams we've done, their playoff percentages were higher. I think Wisconsin, based off of this, has to win the Big Ten championship game to make the college football playoff. So that's an interesting note there as well, again, based off of the FBI. Now, this is the schedule, and again, these numbers just shocked me. Look at Michigan on the road, 72.7%. How about Notre Dame, 73.5%? Minnesota, who I think could be a top 10 team, top 15 type team, 88.9%. Those are really high numbers against really good teams. Those to me are more like 50-50 games. Nebraska late in the year, 91.9%. Iowa on the road, 75.5%. Even Indiana week 1, 86.2%. That's a pretty high number for what is expected to be a pretty good Indiana team. So these numbers are, again, very, very high. Wisconsin favored in every single game according to the FPI. And again, I think it just shows you how much they like this team. Now, there's usually a team that's up there in the top 5 or so that they've just totally missed the mark on. Maybe that happens here with Wisconsin. Or maybe some of us that are not projecting this team to do quite this well, maybe we're wrong. Maybe the FBI knows something that we don't. This one's going to be really interesting to see which way it goes for Wisconsin. I, again, believe this is a top 15 type team, not a top 5 team, maybe a top 10 team. We'll have to wait and see there. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel.